full stadium. So yesterday they had this, they talked about the design elements. These are the architects at Big, Blake Ingalls Group. Um, and it just looks, I mean, it looks so futuristic. It's going to hold 33,000 fans, and it'll feature 6 primary levels. So with 30,000 seats and an area for 3,000 standing room only ticket holders. So the levels are broken down. Starting from the ground up, including service and field, the lower suite, the upper suite, the upper concourse, and the upper deck. And about 30% of the fans attending games and events at the A's ballpark will enter at the lower suite level. And it's an armadillo-shaped exterior structure with 5 crisscrossing pennants on the roof. It's incredible. And this was done with the baseball and the Las Vegas Heat in mind. So the ballpark's roof will span 700 feet, featuring a metal finish with a translucent plastic panel. So the glass wall will span the 36,000 square feet and allow natural light and views of the strip. Views of the strip? Who could imagine? Views of the strip. And it will still be enclosed with a climate control in mind. I mean, this is awesome for us. I mean, we all wondered, oh my gosh, we're going to be watching baseball in the heat. I don't think so. Inside the ballpark, the design team is aiming to have an open concourse feel, even though it's enclosed. So drop the trop? Yeah. So before construction can begin, we've got to get rid of the Tropicana site. The skeletons of the 2 hotel towers need to be imploded. How many implosions have we seen in this town? It's amazing. And it's dubbed Drop the Trop. That's how they're going to advertise it. So the implosion is scheduled for 2:30 a.m. on October, 2:30 a.m. Yes, 2:30 a.m. That's not p.m. That's in the wee hours of the morning, October 9th. But ahead of the demolition, the A's and the Tropicana owner Bally's Court will host an event with fireworks, and a drone show is planned. Wow. They're going to film it from a drone. That's going to be super. It's going to be a milestone. Yeah, it will be, in both a farewell to the Tropicana and what it meant for Las Vegas and Southern Nevada. And the Tropicana's owner, Bally's Corporation, will host an event like we've never seen before. And like we said, it's going to be a milestone. It's going to be a really fun night and a great way to showcase the project and build the momentum for the future opening in 2028. You know, that's only three plus years away. I mean, that's not that far away. So once the towers are brought down, then the crews are going to begin to clear the site for the A's to begin construction of the ballpark. Now that's scheduled to start in the second quarter of next year already, and with completion stated for 2028. And if you remember, the schedule for the Allegiant Stadium was spot on, and they expect to do the same thing. They are on pace to meet their deadline. And the A's have 3 outstanding agreements with the Las Vegas Stadium Authority that are currently being negotiated, but they have to be final by October 17th's planning meeting. And these agreements include non-relocation, lease, and development agreements. So this place is here to stay, right? Everything's going to be presented there, but the votes are not going to occur until December. I guess that gives people time to review, you know, the plans and everything. So, but they're on track to do all of that, and they're happy with the progress that they've made so far. The Senate Bill 1, the public funding law that it earmarks this, is up to $380 million in public funding for the ballpark. Wow. And that also laid out strict workforce and community benefit requirements. So here's some of them. Okay, listen to this. The project is going to have to include 51% of workers who are women, minority, veterans, and disabled, with 15% of the work being awarded to small local businesses. Don't you love Vegas? I mean, we just try to do everything the right way. And Ross Edwards, who is the senior vice president of McCarthy Building Companies, said just like they did with the construction of Allegiant Stadium, they will have no problem meeting and even exceeding the required thresholds. I love that. And with the Raiders, we smashed the target of Allegiant Stadium, Edwards said, and we intend to do it again. It takes a lot of work on the front end to make sure you're procuring things the right way, but the expectations are laid out properly, and that's what we are here to do every day, just making everyone aware. I mean, I just love what I see. I can't wait. Can you? I don't know. The traffic, I guess we'll figure that out. In the meantime, we're building underground tunnels and walkways. And so I'm sure Vegas will handle it. Of course, we always do. All right, moving on to real estate. What's going on in real estate? Well, locally, we've got 3 months of inventory. And this is pretty much going on across the country where we have inventory levels going up, which is good. That means that perhaps because the interest rates are trending down, that the sellers are thinking, okay, now I can move. When those interest rates were hovering up there at 7 and whatever, I think it just put a damper on people wanting to move. So now we've got about 3 months of inventory. So far, our median price is coming down. Yes, it is. Now, Realtor.com said our price is coming down 14%, but it isn't. It was $485 at the height this year, and now it's $474. That's not 14%. Anyway, excuse me. 34% of our inventory of single-family homes are in that price range. So that's a good thing, good news. And there's 1,690 of those. The $1 million homes are hovering right around 5, 4.8, 4.9. We haven't seen it hit 5 plus yet, but it will. We have 1,031 million plus homes available. Year to date, we have sold 1,216, and that's almost 5 a day. Amazing, just amazing to me. I mean, I'm happy about it, don't get me wrong, but it's amazing. And investors are still here buying homes. 25% of our daily sales investors are doing, which that's fine. I mean, people need a place to live if they can't afford to buy a home. So it's all good for us. I don't see any downside to the way our market is headed. Let me show this here a little bit. Home price appreciation is moderating now. This is, we just said that the median price had gone down, and this has a lot to do with it, what's going on. And this is overall, this is over the country. Let's see if I can do this better. There we go. Okay, got to put my glasses back on. Okay, so month over month, percent changes in home values. Now this is seasonally adjusted, of course, 2023 compared to 2024. And you can see in 2023, the appreciation, was up there at 7% in June. Now it went down to 2%. And this is as current as we can get the statistics now. One of the things I love about artificial intelligence, I think once artificial intelligence, takes another leap, some of these statistics will be able to report with more recent activity. But the trend is the trend. And the trend is that price appreciation is moderating. Not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I keep saying, we can't price our own households out of the market. And we certainly don't want to do that. And if prices keep appreciating, that may be what happened. So Realtor.com came out and said the best time to buy in the 50 largest metro areas. What they're saying is, and I just took New York is number one here by size. And then if you look down here, Las Vegas, Henderson, and Paradise Valley, they're saying the best week to buy in Las Vegas is October 6th through the 12th. Now, I don't know what algorithm or formula Realtor.com used to come up with these percentages and what have you. But they use the views per week versus the peak as one of the keystones of their formula. And you can see that on Realtor.com, The views for Las Vegas are down 42.8%. So I'm sure that's has a lot to do with the rest of the statistics that they're predicting. And they're saying that, we're 14%, we have 14% more active listings than we average do. And we just saw that we did increase the inventory. So anyway, Realtor.com has come out and said some things we're going to look at it next here. Let's see if we bring this up. Yes, here we go. Okay, let's go to the beginning here. So let's talk about this. I like to put things on the screen because you may not be listening, but you can read, depending on what you're doing, where you are. So the best time is unique. Thanks to the record low mortgage rates, you can see as scrolling across the bottom of the screen, the mortgage rates are trending down. And so Realtor.com advises the best time to buy is between the end of the month and October 5th. And you saw that in Vegas, it goes a little bit longer than that. Realtor research shows that during this week, you can expect slower market pace. We already see that. We're not selling as many homes every day. And let me just address that for 1 second. We're not selling as many homes every day. That's not a bad thing, because that means there's probably less, and you all are out there. I don't know this firsthand, but I would imagine there's not as many multiple offers. I've talked to some agents in our office who are presenting offers and closing and deals and whatever. They don't seem to be having any issues with multiple offer situations. So I think that's probably slowed down. You can put what's going on in your world in the comments, if you would, for everybody's edification, so we can all stay updated on what's happening out there. And then, excuse me, more homes for sale, 37% more than at the start of the year. Now, this is across the United States. This is just not Vegas. Now, we know that, our market has gone up about 14%, but overall, it's gone up 37%, which, we really needed more inventory. We really needed more inventory. So that's a good thing, because that means people are going to sell their homes and maybe move to Vegas. There's always the light, there's always that sunny side of the street. The potential savings for the median price homes compared to the summer peak is about $14,000. That's substantial. We went from 485 to 474, so we're about $10,000 in savings. Again, we're not a typical market. And Realtor.com is putting this out as an advertisement that you can save $14,000 on your next home. It's the best time to buy, the end of September through the first week of October. I guess they think that's a good advertisement. I'm not so sure. But they are putting some good things in there, that the prices of homes have come down, the inventory's gone up, and the interest rates have come down, and perhaps that is enough to move the people on the fence to buy and sellers to sell, because now sellers feel, even though they may not get as much for their home, they don't have to have a big monthly payment when they buy the next home. So there's always those dynamics going on. And Realtor.com says it's a balance, of course. And the following 2 weeks, going into mid-October, will be almost as favorable. And then the 2024 market overview. So despite a slow season due to high prices and mortgage rates, this fall is expected to bring lower mortgage rates and more inventory. And we can see that. That's happening. It is. Today, I think yesterday and today, we had the lowest interest rates since February of 2023. That's got to move some people. Really has to move some people, because that means we're trending in the right direction. Sorry if you can hear my noise in the background, but it is what it is today. I just had to do a show. It's Friday, and here we are. And this says here that inventory remains below pre-pandemic levels. That's important to note. Very important to note. Potential savings. We talked about the buyers on the $14,000 savings. Across the country, the median price is $445,000 during this week compared to summer peak prices. And again, this is all over the United States, but people move here. So this is important to know when you're thinking about, the market. Mortgage rate impacts. Of course, we hear that Jerome Powell is possibly going to reduce the rates by a quarter point. And see here, hold on a second. I don't know if you can hear that, and I can't yell loud enough to ask the housekeeper to turn it off. So, best laid plans. More buyers are expected to stay active in the market for longer because of the economic data in the Federal Reserve. And again, I said, next week, hopefully, he's going to announce a quarter point reduction, and that's at the Federal Reserve, and then we'll see how that affects the mortgage rate reduction. Since we're already reducing the mortgage rate, I think it is going to definitely affect it. Thank God she turned that off. Ample inventory availability, increase for sale inventory this fall can help meet late season buyer demand. All good stuff. Kind of saying they're kind of, Realtor.com did this report. I put it in ChatGPT to kind of just hit the high points, but they do keep saying the same thing over and over again. Nothing really here, but here's the kicker though for all of us that are watching. I put this up periodically. There's 41,900 people moving here every year. That's 115 people per day, and that's 4.8 people per hour moving to Las Vegas every hour. And so our market is going to continue to be hot. It just is. And so because of that, well, one other bit of news, let's move on here. One other bit of news is, if you don't know it, Mark Wahlberg is opening his first restaurant here in Las Vegas, and it's going to be in the town square. And he's saying he's advertising it as Mexican being redefined, and basically saying that he's going to have a cantina in town square that is going to be a contemporary Mexican flair, and it's called Flecha, Flecha, Flecha Cantina. So I guess he's been doing some free lunches this week to kind of, get some feedback from people and get his staff. It's always a good idea to get the staff, honed in on the way that he wants to have his restaurant presented. So that's good news for us. One other thing I want to talk about today quickly, and then this is my third segment of my show. We know that social media is ever changing. And if you don't have a social media plan, it's not a good thing, everybody. You've got to have a social media plan. You really do. And I talk about this all the time, and I'm in the process of, creating some social media classes for you. And it's really, my outline has changed several times just because, now LinkedIn is trying to keep up with, things even like TikTok with their vertical, their ability to do vertical videos. And you've got Meta integrating their AI into helping you run better ads. And even doing a post. I did a post the other day, and I think if you've seen it, it was Rubik's Cube. And I took Rubik's Cube and I said, okay, Meta, put a blindfold around Rubik's Cube. And I did it so that I could say, I'm going to tell you, it says, we totally get it. Creating a social media plan can feel like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube that's blindfolded. And that's my point. Creating these classes, it's amazing how quickly social media keeps changing, and artificial intelligence has a tremendous amount to do with that, because everybody wants now to integrate artificial intelligence into the posting, the videos, the text to video, all the different things that you can do. I can be speaking here in English, and there's artificial intelligence out there that will take my video and convert it to Spanish. I mean, that's really fantastic. Um, so these platforms they're changing like the weather. And as a busy real estate person, I'm sure you are, you've got to get better. You've got better things to do than scroll all day, right? And figure out what's changing. And that's what I'm going to try to help you keep up with. But here's the deal. When you get social media right, it's like unlocking a secret door to deeper relationships with your clients. And guess what? New clients start knocking too. It's just where they are. They're on social media. You have to be on the YouTube platform. You have to be on LinkedIn. You have to be, on Facebook. TikTok, it's more of a, it depends. I know that there's some real estate agents killing it on TikTok, but they got started really early and they found a niche. They found a following. It's not for me, but that's just me. If you like TikTok and you're getting some action out of it, that's good. Instagram is really, really trying to keep up with LinkedIn and Facebook. Well, Facebook and LinkedIn, both owned by Meta, but they're trying to keep their platform up because that's a whole different platform, which means it's a whole different software platform. They have to keep doing changes. We have worked with agents around the world, and here's what we've learned. When you show up and you have a plan and you use social media with a purpose, it's like waving a magic wand. It's like Mark Cuban says here, always wake up with a smile, knowing that you are going to have fun accomplishing what others are afraid to do. Yeah. And I mean, yes, just think about that. So that's where, Agent Formula and Kane and Jimmy and I come in. We're here to help you craft a killer strategy that will skyrocket your business, and it'll make social media much less scary. So that's what we plan on doing. And, we have created, to me, one of the best Las Vegas websites for you. And what you can do with this website, I mean, I didn't have this vision back in 2010 when we created it, but we did dovetail it with social media. But what we did was have content, unique, relevant content about Las Vegas. You can take a page of that content. You can put it into one of these social media apps, one of these artificial intelligence apps. It can take that text and create a video for you. So you've got the content. It's unique to you because it's your website. You can use anything on it. You can take those videos and make them shorts on your YouTube channel, make them shorts on LinkedIn. You can attract attention. Gary Vaynerchuk's new book, Day Trading Attention. Rocky says, if you want people to know who you are and what you have for them, you have to get their attention. And that's what social media is all about. And that's what you have to learn to do. It is about the content that you provide to people and the consistency with which you provide it. I used to be much more consistent than I am now, but I'm working hard to get back to on track with that. Anyway, my show's in 3 parts. I try to tell you what's happening in Vegas. Sometimes I do, like I did today, I did the stadium because I wanted to start with something that popped. Then I got into our stats, which, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. But we don't change that much, which that's good. And when we do change, it's usually good news. So, and then we went in a little bit to the mortgage, and then we go into the social media. So what's going on in Vegas, what's going on in the market, and then what you need to be doing so that you're out there capturing these 4.8 people that are moving to Las Vegas, or you are listing. Listing is your lifeblood. You have got to list to last. We say this constantly, and there's so many things that you can do. And I'm going to tell you there's more expired listings now than there's ever been. So if you want to up your game, use ChatGPT, use whatever artificial intelligence app you want to use. But start role playing with ChatGPT about what you say to an expired listing. And one of the things, there's some homework if you're going to work expired listings to get listings. There's some homework. but it just takes a little preparation. Like if you see an expired listing and you go out on the internet and you see that they've never advertised it on social media, and you know that you can do that for somebody, that's a conversation starter. I tried to find your listing out there on the World Wide Web and I couldn't find it. But if I list your home, let's get it sold, because I will put it out in front of people. Now you have to you you have to do that. You have to get listings out there in front of people so that then you can show your seller that you're going to do the same thing. There's lots of secrets to doing that. You can go on Zillow and you can take a picture of some homes that are on Zillow, and then because you got them from Zillow and they're on the internet, you can go out there and I would always I always say to do the right thing. Ask the listing agents if they mind that you're going to advertise their listings, and start doing that. That would be your prep work, because then what you say that you're doing, you're actually doing, right? You've got to do the right thing. Speaking of which, we're having a class on Monday from 2 to 5. Jimmy's teaching ethics in this new real estate world. And we want to do the right thing. We can do anything, but we want to do the right thing. So Jimmy's going to give you some guidelines on how to navigate this new real estate market. Now that transparency is the key word with the Department of Justice and NAR, we have to be transparent. Well, how transparent do we have to be? Okay, but there's lots of do's and don'ts. He's going to explain them to you. You get 3 CE credits for ethics, which also are good for your NAR ethics. And if you go on bee.vegas, I was just thinking I didn't bring that up today for some reason. If you go to bee.vegas, you'll see, the classes that we have, and keep your game, keep up on your game, and the things that you learn in the classes are things that you can also do videos about for social media. So, there's content everywhere, everybody. We have an infinite amount of content, but we have a limited amount of attention. So content has to be good. I love you all. I'm going to get out of here. I'm looking forward to working on my social media classes this weekend, and hopefully I get one out there for you. It'll be online. I know Jimmy keeps saying I need to teach in the classroom. It's difficult because everybody is at a different level on all these different platforms, and I would prefer doing one-on-one with people. I'm going to have a one-on-one on Tuesday with somebody, because everybody has a different, first of all, your niche is different, which means the strategy is going to be different. The platforms that you like are different than maybe somebody else likes. So it's really difficult to just do a generic social media class. And plus, they're on the internet anyway. You can go and figure out how to set up a YouTube channel. You can figure out, so many different things. What I want to do is help you with your niche. And so I like to do that one-on-one, or, maybe 3 or 4 people. I've done that too. Anyway, I love you all. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless you. It's Friday the 13th. We've got 2 employees we're doing a party for today. So I got to get on I got to get down there and get the party started at noon. And love you all. Thank you so much for watching me and supporting me and Jimmy. We really appreciate it. We're grateful. Bye-bye.